And we also do have consumers on standby. We have been tracking the chance for some also power outages within that area. So we're going to be checking in with them now. And thank you so much for joining us. What have you been tracking? And thank you again for joining us tonight.
Of course, thanks for having me on. Well, just like you all and all of your viewers, we've been watching the weather very closely. We've been preparing for this storm, making sure that our crews are ready and our trucks are stocked in case it does result in any outages. We're really watching that Southwest Michigan area. We're watching for the potential for high wind gusts that can cause power outages, that can cause damage. We're watching this tornado warning closely. One of the hazards in a storm like this that we really want people to be aware of is the potential for down power lines. When the storm comes through, if a tornado comes through and there are down power lines, those could be very dangerous and even deadly. So we want to remind folks that if you see a down power line, we want to ask you to call 911 first and then call us at Consumers Energy at 1-800-477-5050.
And Josh, thank you so much for mentioning that too. That's really important to note, because when those power lines are down, in addition to certainly down trees as well, is probably going to be an issue for tonight. Just really asking you, how often have you seen this? And when's the last time that we've been tracking some stronger winds in West Michigan? I know that this has been a pretty calm system and calm summer, but things are starting to act up, huh?
Absolutely. This week, has a lot of instability. So, we've been seeing for the potential for storms. We've been watching today particularly close. This is really the first major storm system to move through our service territory this summer. We've had other smaller ones, but we're ready for these kind of storms. We prepare for summer storm season in Michigan, especially here in West Michigan. When the storms come off of Lake Michigan, we know that they can pack quite a punch. And it's really when you start getting those storms with wind gusts over 50, 55 miles an hour, that's when you start seeing trees uprooted, tree limbs coming down and down power lines. And that's when those kind of weather conditions can cause power outages. So I want our customers to know that we are ready. We've been watching this closely, and we're going to have a team that's watching this closely into the early morning hours to see what kind of restoration efforts might be needed, what kind of power outages happen as a result of this storm, and then our crews will be ready to go to restore power as quick as possible.
Thank you, Josh. And I do have one last question for you. What can people do tonight? What's something that they can do to track their power outage and to stay updated with consumers?
Is going to be the best resource for our customers to go to tonight. If they do lose power, it'll provide estimated times of restoration. One thing I like to remind folks, especially early on in a storm, is those estimated times of restoration are only estimates. It might take a little bit of time to get a more accurate estimate, because it'll have to wait until our crews are able to get onto the ground and see how much damage there actually is. Sometimes there's more extensive damage than originally thought. But consumersenergy.com/outage center has a number of great tips about how to prepare. Make sure you're charging your devices tonight. Make sure your emergency kit is ready to go. And if you need anything from us here at Consumers Energy, the best way to reach us is 1-800-477-5050. We want everyone to stay safe, and there's a number of safety tips on our website as well.
Awesome. All great tips, Josh. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you.